Stephanie Gilmore off to a quick start, up into the lip to kick things off. Nice carve back on that second turn and lining it up for a great finish. Is she going to ride out of it? Not quite.
Steph, unfortunately, not making that final turn. Have a look at this, up and over that little foamy section. She glides down the line, and there's that trademark wrapping turn that we've grown to expect and love from Steph, and just going a little too high.
Which means they are delegated to the elimination round, which will be coming up later today. Those are both former bell ringers and absolute favorites paddling out here at Winky Pop. As we see Brisa Hennessy in the yellow jersey. Nice two-turn combination to kick things off. Goes in for a big wrap on the third. And a softer section opening up in front of her. We've seen that from the last couple of waves coming through without really standing up, but she's doing so well to just hug that pocket. She comes in for a good finish.
Yeah, it was a nice tidy wave from start to finish.
Scores to come through now. Brisa Hennessy opening up with a 5.33 on this one.
Yeah, it seems like Brisa has just found another power notch in the belt over the last season. And she's looking more confident on the board. The turns feel like they're a bit more aggressive than they were last season. And I think that's why she's out in front at the moment. And bang, just look at the commitment to that final turn. No mistakes, didn't oversurf it. As we see up and riding, Pickles.
The Pickle straight up into the lip on that first turn. Can see that speed and aggression within her approach. And she's got a good section opening up for the finish.
Dynamic.
So dynamic. I love seeing her wave selection on that one.
Here's a great water shot. So Molly starts off, hits that little foamy section, almost drifted the fins a little too much. Recomposes on that cutback, and have a look at that giant finishing turn. And always difficult when you're hitting that closeout section. If you go too high, you're never going to be able to bring it back down. You're trying to ride out of this as you're coming down with the power of the lip. Look at that explosion right behind the tail pad. And you could tell she was feeling good about that one.
Great wave from Molly Picklum, kicking things off.
The last 12 months, and it's whether she's been training a little bit more. Okay, live action.
Steph Gilmore flying down the line. Speed, grace, power. All things that are so well known to Steph Gilmore's surfing. And showing it as she comes through the end, but just gets bounced off of her feet. She's got that 4.33 on the scoreboard so far, Richie.
Yeah. Just pay attention to the nose of her board. It's always streaking down the line. It's always pointing down there. There's never a moment where there's a full direction change. And that's the judges are looking for that critical nature where there's a lot of commitment. Right there, she tried to do that really aggressive final turn and found herself on the other side of the falling lip. So watch this. She goes really high, comes down. The lip's already starting to break underneath her board, and then it just detonates under her. She did well to try and stay on, but there was just too much power in that wave. So a little mistake there from Steph, but she'll be back out the back. Still plenty of time. 17 minutes on the clock.
And Molly Picklum having a look. She's got the single score on the board. She's now racing down the line and having a look, patiently waiting up for that first section to offer something. Now up into a super heavy finish on the second.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you got to give her A for effort. You know, she threw everything at that final turn, but unfortunately was just a little late to the party. We reference them soon, but let's have a look at this opening turn here. Brisa Hennessy just fully committed rail approach on that first beautiful carve, and then she finishes well too, just able to hang on in that turbulent water. I love that first turn. The wave a little slopey, was a little full, and here we go, Steph behind her. Nice wrap into the power source. Quick snap, and then fires off that final turn. That's a better one for Steph.
Now scores coming through for this. It lands in as a 6.33, and I love getting to have a second look at it.
Oh, just the way that Steph...
Tyler Wright being the only one yet to get a bell victory to her name. Molly Picklum now driving into that first turn, goes down, chasing that 3.16, and the pressure gets the better of her on that opening turn. Brisa Hennessy with second priority, and Steph's going to have a look at this one. great opening turn. Now lining it up for big floater to finish. And trying to find that next section. It's just a little bit too far down the line, but what a stylish combination.
Yeah, she didn't really have too many options there, and it was a really difficult floater to navigate because there was so much turbulent water underneath her.
To build momentum in this heat, though, to just relieve a little bit of it.
So it was third wave of the set here. Gets the nice little slicing turn to start things off, and then that real extended floater. She covered a lot of ground here. Have a look at the lip she's trying to climb up on here. It's just so uneven. And then once she was up there, she did well. She went, I'm going to hang, and then she just hops off the lip there, trying to avoid that explosion underneath her. She did that very, very well. 20 seconds to go. So Steph's going to wow, this is interesting.
Okay, Molly Picklum with priority over Steph Gilmore. Paddling into that set. Molly now connecting a couple turns together, but misses the finish.
Wow.
Wow. A lot just went down in 25 seconds, Richie. Molly Picklum drops in a score. It's just a 1.93. It does not touch her requirement. And situation remains the same. The 7-time world champion Steph Gilmore through with the win. Brisa Hennessy, current world number 1, through in second.